Okay, let's start the replay buffer. Welcome back, people. Welcome back. Although there's not everyone right now, that's okay. Uh, Streaming again. Back on break. Looking to hopefully finish chapter 5 for real. Okay, back again. Hopefully we'll get chapter 5 done for real this time. Let's see if I can finish chapter 5 today. For once. Alrighty, where were we? Okay, so let's go into here, and we're gonna actually add some. Like I know I don't have any of the Let me see, not a very good wine. Okay, so I actually had that in here, a needful distraction. Oh right, they're all gonna go to the same thing. So right, right. Okay, I get it. I get it. Right. So what I was going to do is the search for clues. Now, uh, I almost. Let me think for a second. It's like, okay, so I almost don't need. How do I say it? I almost don't need to do the search for clues, even though I am. The only clue that is going to be used right now is the wine cellar guide. Um. Okay. Um. Let me think. Just a second. It doesn't take very long to actually. Um. Uh, okay. All right. This is just going to be like a flavor thing, like a how you want the narrative to go kind of thing. Because I'm not going to put a bunch of extra choices in here. I could have done the three separate deals where he goes to the three different things. He goes to the vanity, he goes to the deal, he goes to the closet. Maybe the closet's actually empty, and then he looks over at the bed, and the bed has the bed has a dress with a wine stain on it, and so basically you just be able to choose the three different options, and then they'll also go to the same thing, which is following her down. So in this, there's actually there's really not a good place for choices in here. Um, Although, and like I said in the final game, the final phases, it would actually be a full thing. You'd be in there for a while, um, in the room for a while, watching her leave and then come back. And each time you try to look at something, she comes back too early. Okay, so let's say we're going to add 3 rooms, right? We're gonna add 3 rooms, 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna now also have to come up with some names in here. And okay. So we're gonna I'm gonna work on the titles. We're gonna start with the titles here first. And so one thing he looks at the vanity mirror, vanity or dressing desk, dressing table, whatever. Um, let's see. It's kind of hard when it's there's nothing. I don't know. It's just an object, right? The vanity mirror or the desk or the dressing table or whatever. Um, okay. Well, we'll say not a princess, even though it applies to a lot of different things. We're looking at the she's actually at the. Let's see. Let me think for a second. I'm still a little. She goes in and she's talking to Mabel, and then she should decide she needs to go and get a new bottle. So that's any one of these. That's not down here. So this there'd be 3 choices whether to check the. Okay. Um. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let me think. Uh, wine, vanity. Hmm. Trying to think of what to name this. Because it's just the thing he's checking. In fact, he's not even going to find any information here, and that's like why I almost uh. And honestly, he's going to find the same information because I'm not doing multiple pages here. I'm just doing the 3. So he's gonna look at each location in each page, but in a different order. Um, it's so weird. It's like not. It's not even. I don't know. It's almost like I shouldn't even have this little thing in here. But maybe I should do it differently. Let's see something here. Well, we're gonna have him follow her down here, so it's all gonna lead to that same thing, though. So he's up here. He wants to look around. Um, eh, I mean, this shouldn't take very long, but it's taking longer because I'm trying to figure something out here. Oh, because they could all be the same. Well, I mean, I do. I do label different pages the duplicate name because it's from the same like location. Like this is all in the room here. Yeah, I guess I'll do it that way. Is that it just I guess that seems the kind of the easier way to do it. So they're going to all be named the same thing except for their different page numbers, just like when I do the duplicates. Because essentially these are kind of like duplicates, is what they are. They're just duplicates that are in slightly different order. You're still finding out the same information, so I guess that's the best way to handle it. So okay, so now Snob's Guide to Wine Cellars. I don't know. See, I'll follow you down, but not that far. No, that's not really right either. Uh, follow the wine. Follow the wine. It sounds dumb, but it'll work. Okay, so we're gonna Control C. All right, I'm gonna put this in here. Control V, and I'm gonna put the underscore. Okay, and since this is location. Oh, I see. How come? How come it's showing the ID and this is showing just the name? Okay, that's because I don't know. All right, follow the wine. So let's just go. Let's copy this and Control C. Let's go down here and Control V like that. Oh, there's something I did wrong there. Dang. That's supposed to be hyphen. Did I do that over here too? I did do that over here. Dang. I can change these, but I'm gonna have to change. Dang, dang, dang. Dang, 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 dang. Well, I don't have the doors linked up, so that's not gonna be as much of a problem. But I will have to. There we go. These are supposed to be hyphens. There we go. Hyphen. This is also supposed to be a hyphen. Hyphen. Hyphen, 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 hyphen. Uh, follow the wine, follow the wine, follow the wine. Okay. This is actually going to be, this one's page 4, and then so this one's going to be page 5. Control C, and let's go ahead. Um, Control V. There we go. And so this is going to be page 6. This one is follow the wine. This one's page 5, and this one's page... Wait a second. This one's 4, this one's 5, this should be 6. 6, and this one should be 7. 7, that. And they're all going to say follow the wine. Okay. Control C. Control V. And Control V. Then we're going to go up here. Princess Gets a Room, Chapter 5, Control C. We're going to go in here. We're going to Control V. Control V. Control V. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay. That's okay. That's good. I'm going to Control S, and I'm going to go ahead and save room data. Okay. Since these don't have any links to them, I can go ahead and rename the files quickly. So let's just do that. Let's do that. Let's go into files. Let's go into where is it? Okay, that. New tab. Rooms. Okay. Where's the word? Let's go all the way down to chapter 5. Oh yeah, because I changed the ID and somehow it actually created the new files, but it did not delete the old ones, and that's still a problem that I have to fix somewhere. Yeah, well, I haven't done that much with the Redot engine lately. I mean, other than it's the same stuff. I go into the inspector. It's just like Godot. You go into the inspector, you fill in a few options. All the actual stuff I did with Redot is stuff I did before, anyways. Which is exporting variables and stuff. I have to actually get back to coding and GD script and stuff here soon. But anyways, for right now, okay, so let's go to chapter 4 COD again. Oh, she's COD again. Okay, that's right. That's the other part here. T5. I guess I just removed this because what it did is it created a duplicate. It just didn't delete the old one. Let's delete that. And we'll delete that. And delete. Now this is fine because these are 5, 6, and 7. They're actually different pages. And that's good. So that I should be able to reload. Let's clear this out. And reload save scene. And everything is hunky-dory, like it's supposed to be. And that's dash, and that's fine. Good. So I need to find a way of making sure it can delete the old one. It creates a new one, like when you do an ID, then it'll save it, but it's not deleting the old one for some reason. I don't get that, but I'll have to figure out what that it actually is. So play it whenever I like, that would be a different matter. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we actually have the pages now, and now I can actually link the pages before I actually fill anything in. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do now. And it's pretty simple stuff here. So what I'm going to do here first is I'm going to copy um, the door spec here. Copy. Yeah, pretty soon I need to get back to my actual editor. Um, it means that this will be even slower because I'm spending actual time on the editor. But um, it's still. I mean, I can still make a game with this, but it's still problematic. Dealing um with tool scripts and all that kind of jazz. Okay, so let's go into here. Let's go into door. Let's go ahead and put this door as a door. Enter. I don't strictly need to put enter, but I always put enter. I like to set it, but you don't strictly need to do that. Anyways, door. Here, actually, I gotta thank Defender. Thanks. Uh, okay. So now if I save it, right? Okay. That's linked there. Okay. Now let's go into here, door, and let's just put two more doors here. Okay. And then what I'm going to do here is, boom, I'm going to switch this to choice 2. I'm going to switch this to choice 3, that. And then I'm going to copy each of these IDs. Copy, 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 Roger, Roger. And choice 1 is that. Control V. And we're going to copy this. Copy, 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 copy. Oh, that's not what I'm going to do. Loop, loop, see, here. Okay, which again I don't really need to do, but I'll do it anyways. Needful distraction, Control C. And here. There we go. And Control V and enter. And we're going to save it. And then we're going to actually save the data. And there you go. So there's nothing connected in here, but it will be connected there. Yeah. Okay. And then of course the next thing is to connect all of these to here, which is pretty simple. In fact, if I go in here and I go in door specs and I go ahead and Control V like that, right? Nope, nope, I forgot. It's not right. It doesn't really matter here. We're just gonna copy this, copy. Then here, I'm gonna go ahead and paste it. But then I'm gonna take the ID here, Gentlemanly Vampire Sleuthing. We're gonna copy that. Copy, copy, copy. Copy, 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 copy. Go into here. We're gonna go to here. And we're actually going to copy this, that, and, oh, okay. Whoop. Copy, door, um, okay, let's save room data. And this one is going to have 3 more. Okay. We are going to, let's just copy. Let's go into here. from the door. Let's go ahead and paste, paste, paste. This is going to be 3. This one's going to be 2. And this one is already 1, so that's fine. Now I need to copy the IDs. Let's copy all the wine. In fact, I can just copy this into each of the... In fact, I should have done that already. I forgot about that. Because they're all pretty much the same. Control V, all the wine. So, Control... Well, that was dumb. I could just do it like this now. Okay, I'll do it like this. V. V. Right? So this one is 5, follow the wine. No. Page 5, yes. So this will be 5, this should be 6, whoop, 6, and this one should be 7. Enter. Okay, save room data. There we go. That looks okay. Okay, let's straighten this out. Let's bring this in. Let's bring this up. I know I kind of waste a little bit of time trying to make these visually the same, but that's the way that goes sometimes. The cat finds the princess, and then the rescue plan. And these are just going to be linear anyways. So all I have to do is Riding Hood's a new chapter. That's good. And all I have to do is actually fill this in. Because I think I will be able to get it done this time. How about that? Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Okay. So let's go back into this. We'll look at the text here first. We'll go ahead and remove that the little doohickeys first that tell me where I'm going to put decision points. Count arrives at the Grand Enchanted landing. He starts looking through the windows. The count flies into a room, looks around, and then hides again as a woman. A woman comes in the door. Cat notices the woman seems a bit tipsy as she talks with her friend via magic mirror. She claims someone hired her to impersonate the princess. Okay. One to continue. And it's not one to continue. We have 3 different deals here. Okay. Okay. So I have to kind of remember what I'm supposed to put into these. This one is this one's not a very good wine. Okay, so let's go here. Okay. All right, let's start with. All right, let's start with this. Um, fake princess's friend ends the call, and now what? Not a very good one. Okay. Um, the fake princess, the imposter, then takes a small drink of her wine, and then let's see. And she makes a face. And she makes a face. She then talks to herself that she needs to get something a little more tasty. And honestly, I drink wine. I don't like wine, so I don't know if people that actually like wine actually call wine tasty. So I'm presuming that they do because they actually like wine and actually find it tasty, but I don't know. So because I'm not a wino, since I'm not a wino, she then drunkenly walks out. Wait. Okay, so um, I'm gonna close. Well, okay. Hit one to continue. Okay, close that. Okay, let's edit that a little bit more. One more sentence here. The count then turns back into man and decides to um, investigate. Decides to check out the room. No, and decides to investigate. Hit one to continue. Okay, that'll be all right. That'll work. This is the same way. This one is called Dry Again. Okay, so we'll do this. After ending the call, the imposter looks at her wine bottle and mutters about it being empty. She then decides to head back out of the room, presumably to get more wine. I know that's a little bit of a spoiler in the fact that not a spoiler to you. I just mean if you're playing it first time, a little bit of a thing. But we're assuming that she's going to get more wine here. So the count then decides to check out the room and turn back into a man. We'll do that. Hit one to continue. Okay. Then this one, a needful distraction. And I guess I decided that he wasn't going to do multiple types of distracting here. The only thing he's going to do is he's going to spill the wine. He's going to sneak up and do it when she can't see, where she can't see. So, um, after a while, actually, let's say something here. Actually, let me check something out here. Drives, hit one to continue. Oh, that's not a hit one to continue page either. So I'm gonna have to figure that one out. But just a second. Needful distraction. Uh, okay, so those are the three methods, and you're gonna have to pick one of the three methods, right? And it's all gonna lead to the same thing, and it's all one time. It's not multiple times. Although I could technically do yeah, I guess the three options are hit one to wait a bit. Um, but there's gonna be two ones where you wait. You wait. Okay, we'll see. So, after sitting a while, the count realizes he needs to get her out of the room. The count then um, flies in to the vanity where she's sitting. Um, and then without, okay, sitting. Without her noticing, he uses one tiny wing to knock the wine bottle over. Uh, he then flies back to the window window seal window sill. I was thinking seal in my head. I was like, that's not right. Back to the windowsill, um, out of sight to watch what she does. It doesn't take long for her to notice, and she decides to go get more wine. Okay, hit one to continue. Like that. Oop. Okay, that's good. But here I need to fix this. So let's check this out and let's see if I can fix this. Count rises ground channel 9. He starts looking through the windows. Count flies into the room, looks around, and hides again as a woman comes out. As a woman comes in the door. Count notices the woman as she talks to her friend via magic mirror. She claims someone hired her to impersonate the princess. Um, she mentions how she gets unlimited wine. And then actually, see, she ends the call. The fake princess friend ends the call. Um, yeah, kind of messed up here a little bit. Why don't I remove the ends of the call? She ends the call here, okay, and then that will allow the count to have the choices. She eventually ends the call and just sits there. Okay. But instead of just 1 to continue, it's going to be 3 deals. Okay. So, let's go ahead and re-edit this. Take a small drink of her wine. Okay. What about this one? After ending the call. After the call is over. Looks at the bottle. Okay. And then let's go over here and okay. And that's all right. Now, okay, so here's a little bit of a it's not a hole or anything like that. It's just how do you pick the 3 choices when 2 of the choices are waiting? Um, you can decide whether you want just to wait indefinitely or we'll do both waits, but I'll do them in a different way. So, the first one is not a very good wine, right? Could almost say not a very good vintage. That might be a better title, but we'll leave that. Uh, so both of those are waiting ones. I don't know. This is not very good. These are not very good choices or very interesting or whatever. If you want her to wait indefinitely, hit one. Uh, the count waits as a bat hidden in the shadows until something happens. Okay. Hit one. Oh, you know what? Let's see some here. Something. Maybe maybe the wine she doesn't like. Maybe it's because she doesn't like it. Maybe it's because there is something in it that's making it taste bad. Something that the count could put in there. Um, what would she have there that would be? Hmm. Let me think. Let me thinketh. Let me thinketh before I stinketh. Getting her to leave. Hmm. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and ask ChatGPT. Um, back from break. Um, I'm back at trying to figure out the ways she's going to leave the room. Now, one of them was that the wine tasted bad, so she has to go change it out. However, the count can only wait. He already has to wait for the one bottle. You choose that option. Okay, empty. I can handle that on one page. And then he does a distraction. But the first option is, I just did it. What's the first option? Um, but the first option is for her to think wine tastes bad enough for her to leave. What could I have the count drop into her wine glass that makes the wine taste especially bad? Yeah, I don't have money, so I don't want to go get my hair cut. Plus, you have to actually go somewhere to get your hair cut, and we're not really going places anymore. And I don't know, I just find it more convenient just to shave my own head. It's not like I have to look that good for anybody, so it's like, you know, yeah, what am I gonna look good for? I go into town, even if the cut is bad, even if I did it wrong, people don't even notice. So it's like, you know, why why spend? You totally made my choice valid. Okay, okay, Fender. Um, the noble art of ruining wine without poisoning anyone, very on-brand problem. You want something that's harmless, instant, plausibly ruins the taste, and feels like something the vampire could possibly carry or cause. Garlic dust. Yeah, but we need something from the room. Now, ash and soot could possibly do that. Candle wax drip. I don't know if we have candles in this hotel room. It is set up. It's like a medieval kingdom, sort of, but it runs on magic, and the hotels are supposed to have modern amenities like like lights. I mean, it has lights, but it's using quicksilver instead of like electric lights, that sort of thing. It's a magic light, basically. Supernatural chill. I see cold breath. Um, poison, anything medicinal, anything modern. Um, it has to be something that can be reasonably found in her hotel room because he's in her room. just hiding. So I need something in the room that will serve. It could be soap, even though I was going to keep the bathroom off limits. Maybe the bathroom door is open and he can see a cake of soap and grab it. I guess that's what I was thinking before. I mean, the bathroom doesn't have to be weird as in if you're looking through stuff, especially if it's open. If it's open, he could spot from the doorway. He could spot the cake of soap on the sink or whatever. Honestly, the cleanest answer. Hotel rooms always have soap. One tiny shaving ruins wine instantly. Non-toxic, non-acidic, visually funny. Even if you don't need the bathroom to be entered, the bathroom door can't notice a bar of soap. Yeah. Why does it taste clean? A can of wax. Um, there would not necessarily be candles around, but these rooms are illuminated with magic lamps, essentially magic lights. Perfume scented oil, perfume bottles. The glass is too close to the bottle. Instant rejection. Polish wood oil. Furniture polish, floor oil, smells wrong, tastes wrong. Would I just get food crumbs, too messy, medicine, too weird, anything bodily, nope. Anything that implies rummaging. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what I'll stick with. Before I was gonna say that the bathroom's off limits, but paper cuts for the win. I get what they just said. Okay. Um. All right. Uh, um. Hit 1 to count waits and thinks about what his options are for making her leave the room. Hit 1. You want to drop something in the wine that makes it distasteful. 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 Hit 2. If you want the count to wait until she's done with her current bottle. Hit 3. If you want to distract her long enough to, let's see, hit 3 if you want to force her to get a new bottle by spilling the current. Okay, let's do that. And that makes sense here. I think it makes sense. Uh, okay. Gentlemanly sleuthing. Okay. All right. Yeah. Uh. Oh. Hit what? Okay. What did I say? Okay. All right. Actually, I have to include that in here instead of just she just sipped something. The count noticing a cake of soap in the sink of the open bathroom. Uh. Count looks around and notices the bathroom door is wide open. After spotting a cake of soap in the sink, he he uh he grabs it. He's gonna turn it into a bat. I mean, he's at bat right now, so he can just kind of go in and drops it into her goblet without her noticing. Emmett's face. Back in the man decides to investigate. Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. Now this one, the second one, of course, is try again. Looks at her wine bottle and mutters about it being empty. A needful distraction. After sitting for a while, the count realizes he needs to get her out of the room. Count implies with vanity. Okay. So now that it looks kind of solid here, I won't really be able to tell it until I actually play it. So right now, let's just go ahead and save it. Let's save room data. Make sure everything is saved first before going on. Okay. Get more wine. Did he already turn back into a man here? Yes, we're gonna remove this part here because not okay. Control X. Right, so I hit one to continue. Decides to head back out, and this one says decides to go get more wine. Okay, now we're back into this. Now in here I can put this. Control V. Let's see. After looking around a bit, he notices. Oh, the closet, yeah. He, he figures he should check out the vanity. He also realizes that he should probably look at the open closet. And then the small table by the window. Okay. That would be that one. Okay. Hit 1, 2. Okay. Oh, and I just said follow the deal, so it doesn't matter which one I do. Okay, so I just got to make sure that this matches with the description of that one. Hit 1 to examine the vanity. Hit 2 to check out the closet. Check out the closet. Why is my light blinking? Weird power fluctuations. Hopefully our power doesn't go out for some weird reason. Okay. Hit 3. To look at the table by the window. Like that. Okay. Oh, I don't need to do that there. We're going to Control S. We're going to save room data. And now I got 20 minutes left. Let's see if I can hurry up and get this done. I'm actually almost done though, because after I fill these in, make sure everything's solid, then I'm going to run through the game and make sure everything kind of flows okay. And then I can call chapter 5 done for today. Okay. So, follow. What's it called? Follow the wine. No, what are these called? Oh, these are called follow the wine. Right. Follow the wine, follow the wine. Vanity closet and table. Okay. There's not a real clue there. Um, let's see. She could be in a robe, because she spilled wine on herself. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Um. All right. So, okay. So vanity closet table. Okay. Vanity closet table. Okay. Uh, hit. Looking around the vanity, he doesn't notice anything of importance. There are a few brochures about the Enchanted Landian wine country. In fact, there's more than a few. Okay, how about there's quite a few? Because I'm not really. There's quite a few brochures about. Uh. Hmm. I could actually have him find the. Oh yeah, maybe. Maybe. I think I'll do it that ways. And that way you don't have to go look at the other deals. Because there's nothing else of note. Well, I guess I could just look at, it doesn't really matter. Because she's finding the right thing. So it kind of doesn't matter. Then she heads over to the closet and notices it's empty. Then glancing over to the bed, she notices a dress with a wine stain on it. Then going over to the table, there's not much there other than a few crumbs. There's not much at the table other than not much other than a crumbs and an empty wine goblet. But then I'm saying it's the count, it's not the fake princess. Then he heads over to he notices just the wine stain on it. Then go over to the table with not much other empty wine goblet. Uh but then he notices, let's see. How to do this? There are a few remains of some pastry, and we'll actually put a coffee cup there. Maybe she's gonna be drinking wine all day, but maybe she had a normal breakfast. We'll just say that's out of the ordinary, maybe. But and a coffee cup underneath the coffee cup is a paper that indicates where the wines are in the wine cellar. The Count mutters something about, oh, you know what I forgot to do too? I didn't think about it either. He's gonna follow her down, and at the moment she's out of the room, so I have to put that at the end here. I have to put like he waits. Well, actually, I might be able to do that on the next page here, down here. Hold on. The cat mutters something about um. Cat mutters something about the wine directory being color coded and the vintage organized by height. Okay. Let's hit OK here. Okay, I can actually put that. I can put that at the. Oh, oh. No, oh no, that's okay. That's up here. Wait a minute. What am I doing? That's down here. No. What was I trying to look for? Dang it. Organized by height. Oh. This finds the princess. Okay. Realizing the bottle's mostly full. What did I put in here? Okay, so that means that this is going to be gone. Spilling the wine. Uh, see, okay. I didn't really think this through properly, because there's the three ways, right? He drops something into her glass, so she needs to go get some more wine because it tastes bad. Uh, he waits until she's finished with her wine. She goes, and then uh, or he knocks the bottle off. Okay, that's fine. She leaves the room. Then he can explore the room. Then he can find the clue, and then when he gets back, he still needs her to go back down again. Maybe I can leave that there. Maybe he does it again, right? Up here's the three choices. That's fine. Down here, there's no choice. He's going to cause it to happen again because she's back and now that he's got the information. Okay. So basically, what I need to do is I just need to copy this into the other two pages. The only difference being that I need to do it in a different order because technically speaking, he's looking at them in a different order. Uh, so that's what I'm going to do here. We'll paste that there. And close it, cut that out. Follow the wine. Okay, now what do we say down here? Vanity closet window. Vanity closet table. Vanity closet table. Vanity closet. Vanity closet window. Moving. Okay. Moving to the table. He notices. He sees a few remains of some pastry in a coffee cup. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so it's closet. So in this one, I'm gonna rearrange it. He heads. Okay. Looking over there. Head to the table. Heading to the table, he finds a few remains of some pastry in a coffee cup. Uh, underneath the coffee cups is paper that indicates where the wine's the wine cellar. Okay. So now that's the first one is the closet now. Now the first one is going to be the table. So let's go ahead and go over here and let's edit that. Okay, wait. Let's go back in here for real quick. Looking around the vanity, doesn't notice anything important. There's quite a few brochures about the Enchanted land and wine country. Then he heads over to the closet, notices it's empty. Glancing over the bed, he notices wine stain on it. Remains of pastry. Okay, let's go back to here. Um, then he heads over. Notices it. Looking around the vanity, he doesn't notice anything of importance. Okay, that's actually just fine. Okay, now this one is on the table. Okay. On the table, window, there are a few remains of underneath the coffee cups, wine cellar. That much something about the wine directory. Looking around the van area, he doesn't notice anything important. He heads over to the closet, notices it's empty. Okay. I think that works. Okay, now this third one, the final one here. Shoot, I'm right here, right on the edge again. Still gonna be late, but oh yeah, welcome, Rook. But of course, it's about time for me to end today because today I did everything a half hour early so that we could go to the grocery store. But now I'm like right at the end here, and it's I only have a few minutes left, like 5 minutes left. So I have to do this quickly. But I'm mostly done at here, I think, with chapter 5. Um, okay. When she returns, the count turns back into a bat and goes back to hiding. Um, she begins drinking her wine when the count, anxious to get her out again, knocks the bottle off again. Without hesitation, the woman sees the spilled wine and then heads back to the cellar for more. Count follows along, keeping the shadows generally remaining visible until the woman leaves again. When the Count explores the wine cellar, he notices the princess is chained to a giant wine cask. Boom! Bing! Um, After spotting her, he decides to fly back to Scarborough Fair. Okay. S, save room data. Scene, reload, save scene. Okay, that's cool. Chapter 5. Okay. Let's go ahead. I guess I'll count all these. Okay. Shift. Oh. Okay, fine. Shift. All these. The 22, that's okay. That's okay for the length of this chapter. That's actually quite fine. Okay. So let's go ahead and copy this. Copy. And I know I should probably just quit now, but there. No. Nope. Switch room. Okay. Hit 1 to continue. John Hubert decided to find the rescue of the princess by contacting the Count. Hubert sends Count Grand Shanlanian. Meanwhile, in the wine cellar of the hotel, the princess tied the wine cask, helps the mice manage to get through the rope buying her. The princess climbs the central staircase, find the kitchen. You know what? I don't need to do this because I kind of went through this before. Back to the staircase, walks behind it. Okay, dumbwaiter. Stops a couple of times. Check out the closet. Ducks into the closet, right? And then runs the empty room from the closet. And makes sure tables. Okay. The Count arrives at Grand Chandelier and starts looking through the windows. The Count flies in the room, looks around, and then hides again as the woman comes in the door. The Count notices the woman seems a bit tipsy. She talks to her friend via magic mirror. She claims someone hired her to impersonate the princess. She mentions how she gets unlimited wine. She eventually ends the call and just sits there. The Count waits and thinks about what his options for making her leave the room. Hit 1 if you want to drop something in the wine that makes it distasteful. Hit 2 if you want the Count to wait till she's done with her current bottle. Hit 3 if you want to force her to get a new bottle by spilling the current one. Okay, so let's go with 1. Uh, the Count looks around and notices the bathroom door is wide open. After spotting a cake of soap in the sink, he grabs it and drops it in her goblet without her noticing. The imposter takes a small drink of her wine, makes it face. She then talks to herself about she needs to get something a little more tasty. She then drunkenly walks out. He wanted to continue. The Count jumps back into man and decides to investigate. After looking around a bit, he figures he should check out the vanity. You also realize that you should probably look at the open closet and then the small table by the window. Hit 1 to examine the vanity. Uh, Looking around the vanity, he doesn't notice anything of importance. There are quite a few brochures about Enchanted Land and Indian White Country. Then he heads over to the closet, notices it's empty. Glancing over to the bed, he notices a dress with a wine stain on it. Moving to the table, he sees a few remains of some baby tree and a coffee cup. Underneath the coffee cup is a paper that indicates where the wines are in the wine cellar. Count mutters something about the wine directory being color coded and the vintage organized by height. When she returns, the Count turns back into bat and goes back into hiding. She begins to drink her wine, and then the Count, anxious to get her out again, knocks the bottle off again. Without hesitation, the woman sees a spilled wine and heads back to the cellar for more. The Count follows along, keeping to the shadows, generally remaining invisible until the woman leaves again. When the Count explores the wine cellar, he notices the princess is chained to a giant wine cask. After spying her, he decides to fly back to Scarlet River Chicken. The Count comes back to the SFC and tells John and Hubert where the princess is. Hubert and John take an empty wagon and head toward the hotel and arrive at a side door with 2 guards. Hubert tries to conjure up a wagon with food, but nothing seems to happen. The guards suddenly see the non-existent wagon. Chapter 6, Red Hot Riding Hood. And we are done for today. How about that? Is that awesome or what? Let's stop the replay buffer. And it looks like I got chapter 5 done. So awesome, finally got it done. After a week. Hopefully it was just a week. Hopefully it wasn't before the week before. The week before was Christmas, right? Or the week before was New Year's, I guess. Or I don't know. The week before was Christmas. Anyways, hopefully I got it all done. I'm going to go ahead and do my end of stream recording anyways. Start recording. Today is Friday, January 9th, 2026, and today I finally finished chapter 5. It's got 22 nodes, and they seem to be doing okay. There's not much choice there handling there, but it works for what it is. That's what I got done today, and I want to thank you for joining me. Even you, Rook, who came in late. Sorry you came in late, but you know that's the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes you got stuff to do, right? And not very important. So thank you for watching part 2, and join me on Monday where we're going to start with chapter 6, which is all about Red and the pack of werewolves and whatever. Anyways, I will see you on Monday.